Hey there, and welcome. Today we're going to dive into one of the most famous books ever written, George Orwell's 1984. We'll break down the whole story using really simple, easy-to-understand English.
So, let's start with a question for you. Have you ever had that feeling, that strange feeling that someone is watching you? It's kind of a creepy thought, isn't it?
Well, in the world of this book, 1984, that's not just a feeling. It's real. The answer to that question is always yes, for everyone, all the time. Let's take a look at this scary world together.
Our story starts in a very dark, very controlled place. This is a world with absolutely no freedom. The story is set in a country called Oceania. Now, in Oceania, there's this super powerful government called the Party. And when I say they control everything, I mean everything. The leader of the party is a mysterious person named Big Brother, and he uses something called telescreens to watch everyone. Just imagine a TV that also watches you back. They're everywhere, in your house, on the street. You can't get away from them. Big Brother is watching you. This is probably the most famous line from the whole book. It's on posters all over the place in Oceania. It's a constant reminder that you are never, ever alone. In this world, even your thoughts are not safe. If you think something that the party doesn't like, that's actually a very dangerous crime. Everyone has to obey the party's rules, no questions asked. All right, so let's meet our main character. This is Winston Smith. He actually works for the party, but here's the thing. Secretly, he hates it. He hates everything about it, and he dreams of a world where people are free. But you know, even in a world this dark, a little bit of rebellion can start to grow. Winston finds a secret hope, and it all starts with love. Winston's rebellion starts very small. He does something incredibly dangerous. He starts writing his true thoughts down in a secret diary. Then, he meets a woman named Julia, and it turns out she hates the party too. They fall in love, which is their biggest secret. And together, they start to dream of a better life. But their secret hope is very, very fragile. They decide to trust someone, a man who seems like he's a friend, but he's actually their worst enemy. So Winston and Julia meet this guy named O'Brien. He's a pretty important person in the party, but he seems different. Winston really begins to trust him. He believes that O'Brien also hates the party and that he will help them. But this is the awful truth. Winston was completely wrong. His hope was just a trap. O'Brien is not a friend. He's actually a spy for the party, and he's been tricking them the entire time. And just like that, because they trusted the wrong person, Winston and Julia are captured. Their secret rebellion is finished. Their dream of freedom is gone. And now Winston's story goes to its darkest place yet. He is taken to a place with an unimaginable name, the Ministry of Love. The name, the Ministry of Love, sounds nice, doesn't it? Well, it's a terrible joke. In reality, it's the party's torture center. It's a place of nothing but pain and fear. You see, the party's goal isn't just to punish Winston. They want to do something much worse. They want to completely change his mind. They plan to torture him until he stops hating Big Brother and actually starts to love him. The final, most terrible torture happens in a place called Room 101. In this room, every person is forced to face their own worst fear. And to save himself from this terror, Winston does the one thing he swore he'd never do. He betrays Julia. He screams for them to torture her instead of him. And in that one moment, his spirit is destroyed. And that's it. The party has won. They have broken Winston and then rebuilt him into what they want. In the final, haunting lines of the book, he's just empty. And he realizes he has finally won the victory over himself. He now truly loves Big Brother. So, this is a really dark and sad story, but what's the point of it? Let's talk about the powerful warning that 1984 has for all of us. Really, 1984 is a huge warning. It shows us the danger of a government that has too much power. It shows us what can happen when our freedom is taken away. And maybe most importantly, it shows what happens when a government tries to control what people think. And that leaves us with one final, very important question. George Orwell wrote this book a long time ago, but its message feels more important than ever. So it makes you think, doesn't it? How do we protect our own freedom today?